What's up, guys? This is your boy James, aka 68J, coming to you on this Tuesday. And we got one hell of a show for you guys today. I look up and who do I see? Salute to my brother from another mother. Silver Dave's XRP in the house. We got DCA Crypto Dave in the house. Who else we got up in there? X Lloyd. What's up, X Lloyd? Good to see you, my brother. Chicken 415 is in the house. Tiffany Serrano. Shouts out to Tiffany. And my brother Gabe is up in here. I look back and I see you. I love it. I love it. That's dope. It was funny. I was actually listening to this song right now. It was when you said I look back and I see. I was just listening to what's it called? Fantasia. When I see you. Y'all don't want me to start singing. Good Lord. Y'all know I got that award-winning voice. Good Lord, huh? Y'all pray for me. Let's move on. We got Jason in the house. What's up, Jason? In the house. Ivan Hernandez up in here. Ness Force. What's up, my brother? Ness Force in the house. Guys, we got a hell of a show for you guys today. Let's get right into it. Market cap, $3.48 trillion, guys. We got Bitcoin, 103 and some change. Ethereum right now at $3,400, guys. XRP right around that 241, 242 mark. BNB right now still under 1,000, right behind XRP as the number 4 asset. We got Solana coming in at number 5. You know we don't count USDT. At 157.41, guys. TRX right now at 29 cents. Dogecoin coming in at 17 cents. ADA comes in at 56 cents. And if you want to be, on point, if you remove the two stable coins, I guess you got Hype as a number 9 asset and Chainlink at number 10. You know, we don't count stable coins up in here, USDT or USDC, right? Noreen Taylor in the house. What's up, Noreen in the house? Me familiar up in here, huh? Me, Noreen, Sam, we all go back many moons. We got Reggie BR70 in the house. What's up, Reg? Reg in the house. Appreciate you in a major way, my brother. Guys, we got a lot to talk about today. Let's keep it going. XLM right now, 28 cents, guys. We got H-Bar doing a thing at 18 cents. Zebek, or not Zebek. Probably listen to my man CK. Paul Smith in the house. What's up, Paul? Paul in the house. Reggie BR, I see you. Nest Force in the house. We got ZEC, or would you ZEC, I guess is what you say, Zcash, doing a thing at 482.84, down 18% in the last 24 hours. That's crazy. Litecoin at number 19 at 100 exactly. Sui right now 204. AVAX doing a thing at 17.26. Shiba, that's 5. Back to Cinco Zeros and Nueve. Y'all didn't know I was bilingual. Noreen knows, huh? Go make the llamas. Let me stop. Good Lord, huh? Y'all pray for Mr. Coffee. I'm back on it today. We got Uniswap right now at 865. We got Polkadot doing this thing at 312. Toncoin, Telegram, what the hell's going on with that? 203. Crow, if you didn't know, at 12 cents. We've got ICP, 624. Aave doing this thing at 211.58. OKB right now, 123 and some change. Pepe doing a thing at Cinco Zeros and Cinco. That's right, you damn straight. Huh? Hooked on phonics work for somebody. Astra right now is at 109, guys. We got Ondo doing this thing at 65 cents. Filecoin, 229. Trump coin still down about 60 something odd dollars. Good Lord. Algo right now, 17 cents. Arbitrum coming in at 28 cents. VChain right now, almost 2 cents. We got Cas right now at 5 cents. Flare, don't you dare soup on Flare, 1.5 cents. We've got SEI right now at 17 cents, guys. Jupiter doing this thing at 34. XTC hanging in there strong at 6 cents. Bunk. What the bunk is going on? It don't matter if you got it or not. I don't. But at the end of the day, it's number 68 on CoinMarketCap. 4 zeros and a 1. QNT doing this thing at 83.75. RLUSD down just a tad bit in the market at 99. Let me stop. Cake right now. Andrew Tate said he got rich off Cake. 260. Huh? Who else is up in? What else is up in here? Let's see. Optimus right now, 41 cents. INJ, 782. Stacks, just like the song we play here each and every day by my man Crypto Tells, no affiliation. It's at 42 cents, guys. We got GRT right now at 6 cents. Curve right now, 47 cents. XTZ, one of the OGs in the space. XTZ at 59 cents. IOTA coming in at 14 cents. We've got, I never heard of this one before, MYX coming in at the number 100 spot. Let's get right into the news. All right, guys, if you guys don't know, we're actually live right now on X. We go live Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are now live on X. We're also live on our Crypto for Life YouTube channel, guys. Make sure you guys go check it out at 68J. Underscore Crypto for Life. We're also live on Roku TV. So if you have a Roku TV, and you download the IMU TV app, shouts out to my man or my guys over at IMU TV, Niall and Rob. So you download the IMU TV app. We're live, and we're live on all the other platforms, which is X and YouTube. And if you have a Fire Stick TV, we're also on, or the Fire Stick, we're also on Fire Stick TV as well, live. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. So much lining up. So much is lining up. So much lining up right now. 2025 should end bullish as hell. I'm sticking with that one. This week, next week, either way, it doesn't matter. Bullish. What am I talking about? Eleanor Terrett brings this out. Says new, moving right along with the government expected to be open again next week. At the Senate committee has scheduled a nomination hearing next Wednesday for Mike, it looks like Selig, if that's how you say it, to lead the CFTC. So we'll see how this plays out. We'll see how that play out. What do we got? If it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter when it happens. Be positioned and ready when it does. Be positioned and ready when it does. It's gonna happen, Only a matter of time. History often rhymes until it doesn't. Crypto, and this comes in from my man Chad Steingraber says. Drop it like it's hot. Not really. He said, this is hot. And what he's talking about, if you look at every altcoin season, how it kind of had this little bit of a capitulation before it had an upside pop in 2016, pop 2020, and pop 2025. Good Lord, we're due. It's coming. Shouts out to Delmore in the house. Says he got that money bag ready. Shouts out to Noreen. Good to see you, Noreen, in the house. Paul Smith in the house. X Lloyd up in here. Appreciate y'all in a major way. Guys, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. Appreciate you guys in a major way. Let's keep it going. My man Dom says the biggest barrier to entry for crypto is education. And that is a fact. A lot of times you see something shiny, you want to run right after it, pick it up, jump all in. And there's a lot of assets back in the day, man. You see all those zeros like, oh my God, 15 zeros. If it just moves like 8, I'll be a zillionaire. Doesn't work that way all the ways. Sometimes it does if you're lucky. But more often than not, 99.9999% of the time, you need to make sure you do your research and educate yourself. When you upgrade this, everything around you upgrades. That's a fact. EasyA app completely removes this barrier by letting anyone learn crypto for free right from their phone. Not just a game changer, also a life changer if you play your cards right. Dom and Phil's got some big things happening with EasyA app. More bullish than ever, XRP ETFs, guys, are at the cusp. Right now, it's the hottest subject in all of crypto. If you turn on the news, if you look at anything going on, guys, XRP is at the tip of everyone's tongue. You're damn straight. Crypto is wild. Stick to your plan. It can be a crazy game, guys. Roller coaster like no other. By the way, guys, this is big, big news. Shouts out to Watcher Guru for sharing this. This is, it says SoFi becomes first nationally chartered U.S. bank to launch Bitcoin and crypto trading. Now, as of right now, they've got a few that they're offering, I think, as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, but they're basically starting off with those three, but it's as huge for crypto guys as now banking crypto, has become one. Let's listen in.
Nice to see you, sir, in person.
Good to see you as well.
Okay, so what's going on here? This is a big deal.
Yeah, this morning,
a very big deal for you.
It is a very big deal. It's a big day and a big milestone. Reverses the course of time.
It does.
We've wanted to be a one-stop shop for all your financial services needs, and one of the holes we've had for the last 2 years was in cryptocurrency, the ability to buy, sell, and hold crypto. We were not allowed to do that as a bank. It was not permissible. But in March of this year, the OCC came out with an interpretive letter that it's now permissible for banks like SoFi to offer cryptocurrencies. So this morning we're launching, as the only national bank, the first and only national bank, the opportunity to buy, sell, and hold cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana.
Yep. So I was going to ask, are we just talking about 3 for now?
We'll expand well beyond 3. It'll be a pretty broad assortment. We try to differentiate on being fast, having broad selection, great prices, ease of use. So we'll try to give members.
Part of the reason of that, I bet, is because all 3 of those have their ETFs already.
SoFi members as much selection as they would like.
And what's the difference between?
But notice how, even though you can't deny the number 3 asset on planet Earth, EARF, that's XRP. So Bitcoin has an ETF, Ethereum has an ETF, Solana has an ETF, XRP ETF coming soon. You're damn straight. That's why it's on the board.
Between going through you and going through Coinbase, or going through Robinhood, or somebody else?
Yeah, there's a couple of really big differences. First, we're a nationally chartered bank, which means we have the infrastructure, the processes, the financial conditions that provides the safeguards that a consumer would expect from a bank, which is going to allow us to scale responsibly. The second thing is, because we are a one-stop shop, you can do all your banking, checking, and savings at SoFi, your borrowing, and your investing, and now crypto.
Okay.
And one of the unique things about that is when you come to SoFi and fund your crypto investments, you'll fund them in a SoFi checking and savings account. That checking and savings account's deposits earn interest.
Say that again. You're going to fund it with crypto?
You're going to fund
your checking account.
You're going to fund your checking account with cash.
Okay.
And then when you buy,
Right.
Bitcoin or Solana or Ethereum, the money will come straight out of your checking savings account.
That's kind of, guys, look. Banks, man, look, I know, and this is one of many, and that's why I said, slowly then all at once. Banks aren't stupid, bro. They've seen companies like Coinbase go from 0 to 100 real quick. They've seen companies like Gemini go from 0 to 100. Look, they're not, look, they played the game. They're in the good old boy system. But now that Trump has come out and said the things he said, you can't be biased, you can't be, because trust me, like I said, I've had at least 5 accounts shut down. So at the end of the day, guys, look, they're playing the game. They don't want to get left behind. And, look, they have to, because if not, they become irrelevant. Especially where we're going right now, Evan North is going to rock. Yeah, I agree with that. Shouts out to, what does it say? Chris, as is Sue's, as issues, right? I can't, it's such a word to like together, but shouts out to Chris. But yeah, look, these banks are not going to get left behind, guys. Oh, this is funny. But no, it's dope though. It's dope the fact that, and I do believe that look, I'm more excited about this because I know some people are like, well, God, we don't trust banks. And I get it. Trust me, I'd have 5 shut me down over crypto. Facts on facts. Even, I could tell stories about that. So I've been through, again, been in this space for a while. Let me say this before moving forward, guys. For those of you guys who don't know, my name is James, aka 68J. Been in crypto since 2017, 8 years, documenting my journey in the evolution of money. Nothing we talk about on the show should ever be considered or deemed financial advice, for I'm not a financial advisor. Now, here's what I'll say. Been in crypto for 8 years, started this channel 3 Novembers ago. So 3 years, sometime this month, we've been in it for 3 years. You can actually go to our YouTube and look back. At some point, it'll click 3 years. But I'm telling you guys, like, it's been an incredible ride. I'm excited about it. Almost lost my train of thought. But going back to what I was saying, a lot of people don't, look, guys, a lot of people don't trust banks, but what excites me about this is the fact that the people who do trust banks, the people who feel like it's going to be hard to get into, the exchanges and writing down this and that, and everything else, they're used to banks already. So to me, I'm more excited about this, about the adoption and the fact that it's gonna give a lot of people access to crypto. This is huge. This is huge. This is freaking huge. Because people don't want to be playing around with exchanges. People like you and I, we've put the time in, we've done our research, we've done our due diligence. We understand, right? We've gone through and trained and gotten really good at this, whatever. But people still make mistakes. People look at the gentleman. Just last shouts out to World Be Free. Look at the gentleman. What's that guy's name? I was just looking at this deal again. Who lost $3 million with the confusion of LAPal, a hot wallet versus cold wallet. I'm not sitting here trying to promote banks, but people will look at stories like that, and there's a lot more stories like that. And say, man, I would rather have my damn money in the bank and buy XRP, Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever other assets they store. I'm telling you, this is just the beginning of a ripple effect. That is a fact. So huge, Chris. So huge, Chris. So freaky. This is so effing huge. This is the rest of the world who are not in crypto having the ability to get into crypto. Now, I know everybody doesn't have a bank account, but most people do. There's way more people that got bank accounts that got crypto. This is big news, man. This is huge. I love it. And for those of you guys who have been in this space as long as I have, man, just seeing all this, it's like right now I got goosebumps talking about just when you've been around for 8 years, since 17, you just, I was right in at the time where you still were getting, it's going to go to zero, it's crap, it's this. And there was no Larry Finks, there was no Jamie Dimons that, Buffett said he'll flame in hell before he gets into anything like this. It was not popular to talk about crypto in 17. It wasn't. And especially what, it was, I call it the I got you so, I told you so year, right? Not I told you so that it was going to do good, but I told you so because remember, it got up to like 19,000 and came crashing down. And then obviously with COVID and everything else, it went down to $3,500 and everybody was down it. But the point I'm making is when you've gone through all that stuff, the ins and outs, the good, the bad, God, this is just beautiful. When you've gone through the Biden administration, when you've gone through, isn't it crazy some of you guys just a year ago can call yourself an OG? Isn't that crazy? How just a year ago you can call yourself an OG? And I'm going to explain that because if you were here during the Gary Gensler Operation Choke Point 2.0, war against crypto, then dude, you're an OG. If you made it through that, if you made it through any of that, I think you're an OG in the space, man, because if that's the case, you got some of these assets maybe for a better price, like XRP, maybe 40-something cents, maybe 50-something cents, which I think the last time it was that price was like early November of last year, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look at that. When was the last time? Let's take a look at that. I'm wondering, what's the last time XRP was 50 cents? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. So let's go back. Probably have to go back all. So this would have been, well, no, I can go back a year ago, right? Hold on. A year ago. Yeah, 58 cents November. What was that? November, no, it was lower than that. November 11th, so I'm going to have to go back all then. So it was 50. Okay, that's September, and then it hit a dip right here. 51 cents. But I'm right there. See? 55 cents November 9th. So you still was around 50. Yeah, 50 cents November 2nd. 50 cents November 2nd. So you've been in this space just over a year and a week or so. You're, man, that's crazy. And people want to get back 241. Oh gosh, huh? I'm just saying. So again, I'm just excited about where we're at, where we've been, where we're at, and where we're going. It's just, this is to me one of the most beautiful times ever. And it's not just because of, like where we're at, like dollar wise, as far as the space or like number wise, because there's a lot of assets that are still not there. Dom said something. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but Dom said something. I'm going to get to that. Not all crypto is going to make it, man. That's a fact. And a lot of people are going to be very naive to that fact. All right, let's move on. Let's go. Chad Steingraber says, Canary XRP spot ETF launches this Thursday, November 13th. Canary stated that they expect to do double the performance as Solana ETFs earlier, which has been the biggest launch of the year so far. I think that was with, who did that interview? Was that Paul Barron? I think it was Paul. I think I actually got that interview. So we'll hopefully get into that. But yeah, he said he believes that XRP will double what Solana did. Thank you so much. Shouts out to my brother, Silver Days of XRP. Says hit that like and subscribe. Thank you, my man, Pots and Pans, and all of you guys who are out there supporting the channel. We much love to you guys. Okay, so let's get out of here. Let's see here. Dom says, we're bringing so much utility to XRP, so much. He emphasizes so much. Utility you never even knew was possible. Utility you never knew existed. Damn, got me excited, brother. Can't wait to share more soon. My man Dom and Phil, the Kwok brothers, doing big things. The more you learn, the more you earn. That's a fact. That's a fact. This is one of those things that's not about whether you're 6'8", 4'8", it doesn't matter how educated you are. At the end of the day, if you put the time in, and we're not talking about rocket science, if you go out there and just put the time and connect the dots, man, you can change everything, everything. No more repeated cycles. It's time to grow. I do agree with that. Shouts out to my man, Max. Max did a great job. Let's see if I can find that damn video I was watching. Max Avery. My man Max Avery, what was it? He did a great job. I want to share. I should have had his damn video pulled up already. I believe it's this one. He did a very good job explaining some things. Let's go through some of the points that Max Avery made in this YouTube right here. Let's check it out.
So I just got back from Ripple's annual Swell
So basically what Max is doing is he talks about, shouts out, cruises and guys, one of the youngest dudes who at 19 years old, one of the youngest global speakers ever, just entered the building. John Cruz is in the house. John Cruz is in the house, or Cruz Singh is in the house. Shouts out to my man, JC. Shouts out to his lovely wife, V, and my nephew. He's my god brother. Much love to him. 19 years old. Pictures with Trump, doing big things, owned some of the biggest buildings in California, the city that we were in California, at a very young age. This dude is massively successful. Shouts out to my man, John. Now, so Max Avery goes back to Ripple Swell. He shared some really good points that I want you guys to now it's kind of slow it down or stop it with certain points that he makes. But let's listen in. We're not going to go through the whole 9 minutes. There's no way. But he made some really good points early on.
Conference in New York last week, and the energy in the room told you everything you needed to know about where this industry is heading. They hosted it at Hudson Yards this year, which is right next to 50 Hudson, which is BlackRock's headquarters. And that's
right next to BlackRock headquarters. You can't make this up. Ripple Swell was held this year right next to BlackRock's headquarters. Come on now. What happened when they asked Larry Fink about a Ripple XRP? Well, I can't answer that. And Charles Gasparino was like, yes, you can. And he's like, well, I can't. He goes, You don't want me to, but we do, huh? Right next door? Damn.
Choice didn't feel random.
Shouts out to Yazid in the house. Good to see you, my brother. Del Mar's in the house. John, that's my dog, huh? Who's up in here? Chris, good to see you, my brother. Let's keep it going.
Maxwell Stein from BlackRock's digital assets team got on stage and said straight up that the market's ready for large-scale blockchain adoption. And he pointed right at Ripple's infrastructure as the rails. The assets team got on stage and said straight up that the market's ready for large-scale blockchain adoption. And he pointed right at Ripple's infrastructure as the ready for large-scale blockchain adoption. And he pointed right at Ripple's infrastructure as the rails that could move trillions of dollars on chain. He went on to say that they've already tokenized at Ripple's infrastructure as the rails that could move trillions of dollars on chain. Blockchain adoption. And he pointed right at Ripple's infrastructure as the rail. BlackRock's digital assets team got on stage and said straight up that the market's ready for large-scale blockchain adoption. And he pointed right at Ripple's infrastructure as the rails that could move trillions of dollars on chain.
That part right there, BlackRock gets up at Ripple Swell and talks about how important. You got to hear that again.
Blockchain adoption. And he pointed right at Ripple's infrastructure as the rails that could move trillions of dollars on chain. He went on to
trillions of dollars. Now, Larry Fink talked about trillions, talked about tokenization. They get up at Ripple Swell and speak, and they point right over to Ripple. Guys, you can't make this up, man. You can't. I don't understand how people, when you got these haters and these negative thinking people, and they'll tell you to go out there and get skunk G-string coin and stickum coin and Baja Yamama coin. I can't say the real coins because I'll offend somebody, so I just make us up. You guys know how I do it. But at the end of the day, guys, pay attention to what he says. This is on stage in front of all the most powerful people on planet Earth. EARF. Listen in.
Blockchain adoption. And he pointed right at Ripple's infrastructure as the rails that could move trillions of dollars on chain.
I'm sorry, guys. I can listen to this over and over.
Stein from BlackRock's digital assets team got on stage and said straight up that the market's ready for large-scale blockchain adoption. And he pointed right at Ripple's infrastructure as the rails that could move trillions of dollars on chain. He went on to say that they've already tokenized fixed income, bonds, issued stable coins, and that's where everything started. But this is really the rails for trillions of dollars in capital flows across all asset classes.
I could stop the damn video right there. Every important financial person, period, was in that damn room. And the biggest company in the United States in regards to financial services, BlackRock. BlackRock runs everything. BlackRock. What did they say again?
Assets team got on stage and said straight up that the market's ready for, and that choice didn't feel random. Maxwell Stein from BlackRock's digital
asset division.
Assets team got on stage and said straight up that the market's ready for large-scale blockchain adoption.
I could shut the damn channel off right now and be done. I can shut the damn. Every major financial institution, player, and company was in that damn room. You see, this is the point. Y'all listen to all this and we'll miss that 1% of that video that just is a game changer. That part. That's it. That part. If you can focus on that part, you'll stop listening to people on YouTube and X and with these crazy prices, and they're telling you they used to do. Some of these guys were mascots at Chuck E. Cheese, worked at McDonald's, didn't have $5 in their pocket 2 or 3 years ago. This is a fact. Well, you just talking. No, come on now, stop it. There's no. I learned a long time ago. I used to listen to my homeboys talking about the man ain't gonna never let us come up. The man's gonna keep us down. The man, and their asses are still sitting in the same damn place talking about the man. What I realize is success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. And I became really good at following successful people. Listen to what BlackRock, the one that everybody's listening to, the one that everyone will follow.
And that choice didn't feel random. Maxwell Stein from BlackRock's digital assets team got on stage and said straight up that the market's ready for large-scale blockchain adoption. And he pointed right at Ripple's infrastructure as the rails that could move trillions of dollars on chain. He went on to say that they've already tokenized fixed income, bonds, issued stable coins, and that's where everything started. But this is really the rails for trillions of dollars in capital flows across all asset classes. And hearing that from someone in leadership at BlackRock really hits hard. For years,
really hits hard. There's going to be so many new XRPillionaires. The title of this show, XRPillionaires. So many people. And I know you're saying, we'll do it with other coins. Yeah, you can. You can. You got people out there telling you to buy 0.1 Bitcoin to get you there. I'm just saying. And this is not about tribalism. This is not about shilling. This is about looking at the story. Looking at the story. When I ask anybody here, anybody that's in crypto, tell me, name the one asset that was bullied or attacked the hardest in all of crypto. And there goes your answer. Dude, it wasn't Bitcoin. They talk crap about, but not attacked like they did XRP. Ethereum, no, they were actually on the side that was attacking. Solana got it easy, free pass. Who was attacked the most? If you guys don't know the answer to that, go watch Fruition Productions, Rick from the Start, The War on Crypto, the #1 documentary to me on all planet Earth. And when XRP hits $100,000, it will become the greatest story. Like Netflix, people going to want to know, how are there so many XRPillionaires? I just made that word, XRPillionaires. How did it happen? Because so many people sit back and say, I wish I coulda, shoulda, woulda. Jay, I get so many calls to this day. Jay, is a good time to buy XRP at $2 and something cents. What? See, the problem is that we have this thing inside of us that if we didn't get it for, 50 cents, we lost. No, bro. Would you say the same thing about Bitcoin? Would you say the same thing about Bitcoin? Would you care if you got Bitcoin at 50 cents or $2 right now or $2.50? You wouldn't care. Because of where it's at. It's easy to go back and say something once it's happened. But when it happens, when that 50, that 100, and here's what's so crazy, guys. That's so, oh man, I just love, I could think about so many stories, so many partnerships, so many things that are in place. And it's hard because a lot of people can't appreciate it if you haven't been here. If you haven't been here. The most suppressed asset on the planet. The most attacked asset in crypto on the planet. It defeated the SEC. It's the only one with legal clarity right now. The only one that went through legal clarity. XRP. Everybody else is just, oh, hey, it's okay. Free passes. And at 250, it's the #3 asset in the world, the #1 American asset in the world, the #1 asset Trump, our president, the leader is getting this country back on track. The #1 asset he mentioned on Truth Social, then followed with Solana, followed with ADA, and then went 15 minutes later, oh, my bad, and text Bitcoin and Ethereum. Guys, it's often, and I'm going to tell you how, in being in business myself, shouts out to Dusty, shouts out to Carmichael, it's rarely the thing that you see first. It's rarely the thing you see. Coming from the guy who used to own car lots back in the day, Michael might be here, may not be here. Typically, that first car, I'm gonna use Hyundai because, oh my God, somebody probably drive one and gonna be pissed off. But if you go back to the early days, like the '80s, Hyundai, man, that was a piece of crap. I know. I used to sell them. Not like, let me say this, I sold a couple and then walked away. But back in the day, that first model, horrible. The early day Hyundai, horrible. And I'm not talking about this. I'm trying to make a point. Stay with me because, oh my God, somebody's going to get butthurt. Oh, well, you probably get butthurt about everything in life. And then what happened is over time. Now, you look at Hyundai today, they are phenomenal. Phenomenal. It took time. Bitcoin was the first. It's not horrible. It's just expensive because most people didn't see it. XRP was created to be better than everyone. I'm just telling you guys, like, and Jay, you sure should. No, I'm not shilling nothing. I'm trying to do what Da Vinci J did for so many people years ago. What did Da Vinci J? Anybody knows what Da Vinci J did for people many years ago? Because I know you guys know, but there's some people in here that probably don't know. So we're going to take them down the deal right here. What did Da Vinci J say many years ago?
Hi, everyone. It's been I know you're not going to listen to that advice, most of you. And it's kind of sad because, I was proud of the fact.
I feel the same way. It's kind of sad. So many people aren't going to listen to what I'm saying. You're shilling, really? You're out there buying skunk G-string coin with nothing, and you're telling because look, hopium,
Fact that once at least 5 people have become either millionaires or well off.
I've already had more than 5 in my time in crypto. There's a couple of them in this damn stream right now. There's a couple of them in this, and they don't got to call themselves out. There's a couple in this stream right now, life changing based off of their connection with me. I feel the same way. I'm not trying to say I'm Da Vinci. I'm just saying is that time is going to come of regret all over again. So many people, I didn't even know about Bitcoin back then, but a lot of people were I wasn't even on YouTube. I don't think like that. Not like that. Like, I did a couple of things, but not like that. No one ever shared Bitcoin with me. But his message, he said, man, there's people who aren't going to listen. Congratulations to the 4 or 5 that actually have life-changing millions or whatever the case may be. It's going to happen. I'm telling you, XRP is going to be one of the greatest stories of regret. Regret. Just like Bitcoin.
That have emailed me thanking me for recommending Bitcoins. Now, I'm hoping that every single one of you buys $1 worth of Bitcoins. Just $1 freaking dollar. Because you're going to be thanking me. Hoping that every single one of you buys $1 worth of Bitcoins. Just $1 freaking dollar. Because you're going to be thanking me.
It's that simple. It's that simple, guys. And the difference is when you look at all the things this asset has gone through, everything that's in place, the fact that they won't even talk about it out loud. They quickly talk about, Bitcoin, yeah, we got Bitcoin. Some of these guys like Larry Fink won't even talk about XRP. Why? It's those type of questions that get you to understand. The fact that they attacked it, the fact that Trump understands it, they embracing it globally, the biggest acquisitions ever. Oh my God. Are you going to be a part of it? Are you going to miss the wave? Let's move on.
There's been a lot of people in the XRP and Ripple communities that have been saying the same thing. And now you've got Wall Street validating it. The attendance at Swell this year was packed.
Woo! Say that again, Max. Say that again, Max. People have been saying the same thing for so many years. You got so many brilliant people in the space, so many brilliant minds been hollering from the mountaintops. But now people will listen because Wall Street, when BlackRock, I said this years ago, the masses will follow big money. And they're still not there yet because the masses aren't even in crypto yet, right? So what's going to happen is the people in crypto are gonna see XRP hit, ETFs and all these things happen. We talked about this yesterday. It's going to surpass Ethereum, and when it does, a lot of people are going to jump ship. Now that could be $8, $10, $20. I don't know, and then the world will start understanding or start seeing the true opportunity in XRP.
In the XRP and Ripple communities that have been saying the same thing. And now you've got Wall Street validating it. The attendance at Swell this year was packed. Yep. There was asset managers, venture firms, family offices, bankers. Everybody showed up to see what Ripple's been building and where the XRP ledger goes from here. And that's
where the XRP ledger goes from here. Chris, you're absolutely right, brother. We talked about this yesterday. We talked about this a lot on this show. I respect Da Vinci J. I respect Carl the Moon. But then I also... I'm not going to say I lost respect for him. I will say that. I respect him, but I lost the level of respect that I had for him when they said the things they said about XRP. Not because they offended me. It doesn't matter what they think. It's because they jumped ship. They jumped ship like Larry Fink, like Jamie Dimon, like so many others that told can you imagine being under Jamie Dimon's company or under Larry Fink's, as far as they're watching your portfolio and they're saying, no, not Bitcoin. And maybe you contacted one of those brokers at BlackRock. You contacted one of those brokers with what is Jamie Dimon's company? But you contact your broker, and maybe somebody contact their broker at $10. Hey guys, what do you think about? Don't get that trash. That's crap. Could you imagine if your broker told you that? Don't get that. What? Bitcoin? Don't get that digital bullshit. I'm just being honest with you guys. There's so many people that took no accountability for what they did. Da Vinci J and Carl are no different. They went into their communities, a huge, thousands, tens of thousands of followers, and told people don't do it. At the end of the day, who's driving the Bentleys? Who's living in Dubai? Who's got all the money? They do. You got to take accountability for what you say, guys. You have to in this space. You have to. But more often than not, what I see is people taking zero accountability because at the end of the day, all they care about is themselves. I don't give. You can get over here. I care about my community. Just go in and pay me $49.99 a month. Stop it. Okay, let's keep it going.
Important because Ripple just closed a $500 million raise at a $40 billion valuation. And so just take a look at who invested. You got Fortress, Citadel Securities, Pantera Capital, Galaxy Digital, Brevin Howard, Marshall Wace, and of course me and Jake. But in all seriousness, these are big names to have on your cap table. So the question that everyone's asking is, why raise $500 million when you already hold 118?
That was a big question. That was a big question. Why raise $500 million when you got all that money in place already? Great question.
When you already hold 118 billion in assets. When you've got 3 times your valuation in assets, the answer's pretty clear. Ripple's starting to assemble the syndicate that's going to take them public. And so Ripple just locked in major Wall Street backing at wholesale prices. About a month ago, Brad Garlinghouse laid out the balance sheet for Ripple as of September 30th of 2025. And it showed $4.8 billion in cash, 40.1 billion XRP, 4.8 billion liquid, and 35.3 billion in escrow. And at the end of the quarter spot prices, that XRP was worth about $113 billion. And there was also 163.5 million fully diluted shares outstanding. And so when you add it all up, that's 118.9 billion in total assets. Yet the company's valued at $40 billion.
Come on.
That's roughly 0.35 times the NAV, or net asset value. If you stripped away all the operating businesses, payments, custody, prime, stablecoins, and just liquidated the XRP, you'd still end up with nearly 3 times that valuation. And
you guys do me a favor. Make sure you guys go over and follow my man, Max Avery, spitting straight bars. Let's keep going.
Some reports say that the $40 billion values Ripple at a 50% discount to its XRP holdings alone. Fortress, Citadel, and to $8.72, which
I think I'm
multiply that by 3 and you're over $1 trillion. And even if
now, guys, you guys get a chance, listen to this. He's dropping bars from Ripple Swall all the way through. Make sure you guys go check out my man Max Avery. I'm not going to sit here and go through the whole thing, but he was dropping straight bars. Shouts out to Max Avery. Looks like I got a message from somebody. Oh, beta. Okay, let's keep it going. So you can also find right here on this link, it says Wall Street knows, and they bought low. And this is one of the things that he talked about. If you go further into the deal, how him and Jake were both at the event, and he said it's very clear that they bought low. Look, guys, they are accumulating XRP, and then it's not to the point where we're seeing the price move because they're buying OTC over the counter. But man, something big is coming for the XRP ecosystem. That's for sure. Chaka Bartel says Carl pretty much told his followers not to own any XRP while he owned some, and boasted that he made a big profit. No, I remember that, bro. I remember the actual live that he did, and he was talking about I traded $2 million. I got a $2 million trade on XRP. And then he came back, and so what he was doing is he was bragging about his gains. I made $1 million on this trade, and it's like, bro, like I like Carl. Right? When I got into crypto 8 years ago, I used to watch Carl. This story out there. Carl was one of those guys that used to jump in all those ICOs early, put in 200,000, come out with 2 million. He just kept doing that, jumping in and out. And I'm not going to say he was part of rug pulls, but they were getting inside scoops. A lot of them were. And he actually admitted it. And I'm not hating. It made the guy millions. I think at one point I heard him say something like he made like a couple $100 million in crypto. So nothing but love for the success, nothing but love for their journey and what they've been able to accomplish, especially Da Vinci J, who I think is probably 4 or 5 times bigger than Carl. Probably damn near a fan of that. I'm a fan of what they've accomplished, but I'm not a fan of hating on something. And it's not that they were hating like it hurt me. I don't own XRP. I'm not Ripple. I'm not getting paid by Ripple to say anything. I'm just a guy who, out of my investment, it's changed our lives. We're living our best life. When I click this button, that's it. I'm in la la land. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I've been able to do. I was talking to someone about this the other day. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to say that crypto has changed my life. I've been in it 8 years. What I am saying is, my point I'm trying to get at is I don't own XRP. I don't have an XRP tattoo like some people. I see some crazy stuff. So they didn't hurt my feelings. What pisses me off is that they're messing it up for other people. You're killing people who trust you's opportunity to get in at 20 cents, to get in at 30 cents, to get in at 40, because they trust you. They trust the fact that you're saying it was a banker's coin and it's this and it's that and it's crap. That's, to me, is jacked up because you take no accountability for that, right? And that's the part that pisses me off, man. So anyways, yeah. So, yeah, I like my Army facts. I agree with that. Amazing how it just dumps even with all this news. But there, look, Ant, shouts out to Ant, no disrespect there. Again, not personal, you're entitled to, but again, it's not that XRP is just dumping. nothing has actually happened. So yeah, there's a lot of news, but what has actually news has? I remember when Judge Annalisa Torres deemed it wasn't a security. The news of that, what was a utility? Was there some big banking announcement? Was any of the 1,700 NDAs announced? No. It was just the fact that they won that part. So it went up to 90-something cents. Wow, okay, great. That was pretty cool. Trump gets elected. Assets move up. When you look at crypto right now, Bitcoin was just at 106, bro. Bitcoin just dropped $4,000. So of course you're going to see things not too bad when something moves $4,000 down and XRP moves down, what, 15 cents? Come on, bro. Like, really? So that's why I be trying to, and here's what's so crazy. When you look at it, over the week, who was leading in the top, let's just go top 10, right? Or just the top so many assets here. Dogecoin looked like it had a pretty good little rally, but XRP was doing way better than, look at it right here. And yes, it's going down, maybe a little more so because it had a higher pump, but it's not the only asset going on. That's the part that cracks me up about people. Like it's not that ETFs are going to come. We heard the lawsuit was going to end for damn near a year. It's going to end. It's going to end. And then it went into appeal. So news, guys, we're getting to the point right now where hype and bullshit is not really moving the market like it used to. We're not in space. I remember we talk about this all the time. 7 utility cycle. And this is why I want to get to Dom's point here. This is why a lot of assets aren't going to make it because you can't hype yourself up no more. You can't. It's not about shilling. You got to actually do something now. We're in the process right now with Trump and everything. It's kind of like for so long, we can do this and we can do that and we're going to change the world and all these different things. And I remember these projects, guys, I've been around long enough in 8 years where I used to see projects in the top 100, top 50, top 20 that are gone. I had assets that I put in $1,000 that hit 800,000. I was a part of some of that stuff. Facts. And watched it retrace 90 damn %. And some of them aren't even here. Some coins made me they went up tens of thousands of dollars in my portfolio and they were gone. Facts. I lived through all that. And a lot of these coins, a lot of people jumped on the hype. It's going to do this and you better send money back to Africa and all this crap that they were talking about. Hype, speculation is over. It's time to step your ass up. You can look good, right? I remember a commercial where they showed, I don't know what commercial it was. This guy had he was just like kind of out of shape dude. He had what's it called? A headband on. He had the wristbands on. He had all the basketball gear on. He had the goggles on. He had all the gear on and couldn't play a damn lick of ball. Not one lick. Shot the ball over the damn backboard. The point I'm trying to make is you can say anything you want to say and look the part, but this cycle is time to step your ass up. And if you don't step up, you're not going to make it. And that's a fact. And it's just not me saying it. Everybody who's anybody in this space from a brilliant perspective of knowing what the hell they're talking about, not speculators and hype people and people who worked at Chuck E. Cheese and McDonald's 2 or 3 years ago. And I'm sorry, I'm going to call it what it is because there's a lot of dumbass people in this space. Straight up. Misleading people. I listen to people like, bruh, come on, man, really? Because when you know, you know. But they get the people who don't know and sign up for my Patreon and sign up for this and sign up for that. And they're making more money on you than they're making on their damn crypto investments. Facts. Okay, let's move on. I'm just sorry. We keep it a buck over here. Sorry. Karma Carmichael's in the house, my beautiful queen. And Jeanette, that's my baby. If anybody knows what we've been through and anybody knows where we've gone, what we've been through, where we're at, and where we're going, it's my beautiful queen. I think I'll quote the words she said. I can't believe this is our life. And that's because of crypto. That's a fact. Let's move on. God is good. Okay. Let your success be inevitable, not optional. Ooh, that's big. Let your success be inevitable. See, if you position yourself well with these assets and you're not out there chasing hype and crap, it's inevitable, especially if you're in the right assets. It's inevitable. That's where you want to be at, not optional. Based off, well, if it drops 15 zeros, I'm just saying, good Lord. Oh, yeah, things are different. Okay, the older I get, the more I understand that it's okay to live a life others don't understand. Guys, that's you. If you're in crypto right now, you are not doing what most people are doing. And if you guys ever heard me say, I've always talked about do the things today that other people won't do in order to have the things tomorrow that people won't have. It's not a mean thing. It's a win thing. It's a success thing, right? You ever hear them say on the airplane, put your mask on first before trying to help others? They don't want you to go out there and try to help somebody get lightheaded and you faint, they faint everybody. You got to put yourself in position first before you can help somebody else. And so often, more often than not, when we're excited, and this is where a lot of people, I've been in this space. John Singh is here, in here as well. And, one of the things we did is we traveled the world trying to get people to believe in things they didn't believe in, trying to get people to see above and beyond their abilities, to think outside the box. This is what we did. We were very good at it. Award winners at it. John is here. And did that. We were very good at it. We're two of the best at it. But it's hard, man, because some people can't see past, they can't see past their own situation. And so when I saw this, I reposted. The older I get, the more I understand that it's okay to live a life others don't understand. It's okay. It's okay. Some of the most frustrating times I've ever had in my life isn't trying to make it, it's trying to help others get there, or trying to help others see it. Am I right, John? If John is still here, tell me if I'm wrong. Success at some point, and I think there might be another one that I saw. I saw this post where it said, when you get into a rhythm, things start becoming easier. The better you get, the easier things become. The better you get, the easier things. So there's times, Carla, cell phone stores, this and that, being an entrepreneur for 26 years was easier to me than having a job, because I love what I did. You know what they say, you love what you do what you love. I love betting on me. I hated building somebody else's dreams. John is here. He's telling you. I love, this dude is a freak. Him and his, I don't tell on their business. They just went in and we didn't come from no damn silver spoon. He came from a hardworking ass mom. Working at Costco at 17. I can tell you some stories. The stuff that we've gone through. Right? It's easier to bet on me than to bet on building somebody else's dreams. Hell no. But one of the most difficult times throughout my life, and John could probably attest to this, is trying to help other people see they can have more. That is draining. I'm going to move on. Dare to be different, man. Dare to be different. Go out there and just win, because I'm telling you. Yeah, let's move on. All right. You are the author. You're the author. You're not here to fit in. You're here to write/design your life. I talk about this all the time, guys. I look at, I learned this. I remember where I saw that, but I learned this a long time ago. You're the author of your story. Every year of your life is a chapter. Every month of your life is a verse. And what's so doggone amazing is that me and John, it's funny. I talked to you guys about my 5 closest, in-person friends that I talk to every day, that I interact with. You know who they are? They're people, some of these people know more than I know. And I know more than they know. And that's how we hang out with each other. Me and John have been locked at the hips for 40 effing years. Me and Mike O have been locked at the hip for 30 freaking years. And when you look at it and you count the 5 people in my circle, they're 2 of the 5. Number 1 and number 2. That's how you do it. You're not going to get where you're trying to go hanging out with Uncle Junebug over here talking about the man ain't going to never. I used to have friends like that. The man is going to keep us down. They're just going to keep me down. And every time I drive through the city I was in, raise my kids, and I drive by, I see those same dudes sitting out there talking the same thing, holding a beer with a brown paper bag. Oh, man. Am I keeping it too real? Huh? Success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. You never want to be the smartest person in the room. Facts. Let's move on. Some people will never learn. Just in over 244 million in long positions liquidated. When are they going to learn, guys? When you can't look. Have a plan. Have a plan. Look, if you got a plan, none of these numbers mean anything. It's just, when I see XRP 240, I'm like, just validates I was right. When I see them, we were right. We knew we were right. Now the world is starting to see we're right. The moment that Trump posted strategic reserve and put XRP first, we were like, damn it. In the United States, maybe even arguably in the world, the guy who can go out there and play chess like he's playing chess with tariffs and putting us at the forefront of everything says XRP first. That's validation. All the crap we went through all those years. It's a great day to be right. Crypto czar, Caesar czar, whatever. David Sachs says the U.S. is a major step closer to becoming the crypto capital of the world. This is what it's all about. So for people who are out there, well, God, the price is moving up and down because things. there's getting through the things that we got through. Again, if you guys haven't seen Rig from the Start, go watch it, man. If you have not seen Rig from the Start, The War on Crypto by Fruition Productions, phenomenal, life-changing documentary. I was in it. I was blessed to be in it. I was blessed to be asked to be in it, but so many other brilliant people. That's why I felt amazing to be asked by Chris and Maya, because of, Joe Katz was in it, from Ripple, Zach Rector and Jimmy Valley and Molly Elmore and Linda P. Jones and Jake Clavers and all the Lewis Jacksons and Mickles and all the big names John Deatons. I was very honored to be asked to be in that documentary. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out. I'm just going to move on, because, again, it's understanding where we came from and the crap that we went through. Where we're at right now, when you guys are talking about where prices are at, we're in the setting up. This is getting things in place. We're not there yet. This is the moment. I told people, this is a moment where you can still ride the wave. You're still in some things you can't ride the wave. I mean, people going there saying buy 0.1 Bitcoin, 0.01. I'm sorry, 0.01 Bitcoin. That's what you're telling people. They're telling people that right now, because what it does is it ensures that their bags are going to go up if they can get enough people to believe that. I'm not telling you not to buy 0.01 Bitcoin. I'm not telling you that. I'm just telling you, like I showed you before, a guy who was saying get one Bitcoin for $1, one freaking dollar. The other day he made a video and he said, get 800 and something Satoshis for $1. I'm like, damn, how quick time has changed. Because if you know, back when he said get one Bitcoin for $1, which now Bitcoin is $102,000, got up to 126,000. Now he's telling you to get 800 and something Satoshis for $1. There's 100 million Satoshis in $1. I'm sorry, in one Bitcoin. 100 million Satoshis in one Bitcoin. Now he's telling you to get 800 and something Satoshis. What is it going to be in the future? Huh? Get 800. You ain't gonna be able to afford 800 and something Satoshis for $1. It's just a fact. And the same thing is going to happen with assets like XRP, and these assets are going to be utilized. That's for sure. So when I see people talk about price, we're not there yet. We're in everything is being set up, but I do believe that things are going to happen a lot faster right now. So it took a long time. Remember that whole war with the FCC was 4 years and 8 months. 4 years and 8 months of just crap, right? Before that, people don't realize, before that lawsuit, shortly before that, XRP was the number 2 asset in the world. For a brief moment, it was above Bitcoin. No, that's blasphemy. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And when you understand those two things, it was number 1, for a short time, it was number 2 for a minute, and then the lawsuit happened. You ask yourself, damn, what a blessing that I was able to get myself in position, because chances are this asset would not be at the price levels it's at. Right? It could be number 2 right now. Right? Let's move on. I could stay on that for the rest of the. I'm already at an hour. Okay, breaking. China has accused the U.S. of stealing 127K Bitcoin worth $13 billion hack from a Chinese mining pool. Look, the U.S. has confiscated a lot of crypto. China's like, we want it back. It was the scandal happened here. Oh God, don't start that crap again. They're just looking for another damn reason to bring the market down. Okay. Chris says, looking at people dead in the eye and speaking slowly. Get XRP now and store it and forget it. When it goes down, buy more. Over and over and over. Yeah, there's not going to be. I think this is one of the most epic moments ever, right? Because in the time where everything was still dark and gloomy here in the United States, when we were part of a system that was just wasn't set up for people to win. Wokeism, I'm not even getting into all that politically, but it was horrible. It's during the scariest times is when you position yourself, right? And now what we're seeing is a glorious time where this country actually is embracing this technology and wants to be at the forefront of this technology. And when you look up and you see how so many things have been the opportunities, I mean, you're talking about assets like Bitcoin that was 4 cents, obviously at some point sitting in the hundreds and the thousands, and where it's at now. You see assets like Ethereum that started off at, 42 cents, and look where it's at now. Not all opportunities are the same right now. BNB got up to $1,300, is retraced now, sitting back around 960, which is still a beautiful spot to be sitting at now. Solana, the whole Sam Bankman-Fried thing happened. It got down to $8.50, and then now it's back at 156. When you look at those type of things, bro, And this is, again, nothing against Solana, but this is a network that more often than not gets congested and pauses out. And people just can't see how this $2.40 asset is the opportunity, right? There's a lot of them. XLMs, XCCs, Algo, HBAR. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them out there. This is a very important time, man. You're going to get it right. Or I always say this. This is going to be the moment where it makes dreams come true, or it's going to be one of the biggest regrets. And I think it's going to happen quickly. That's the point I was trying to make. What we've gone through prior to today's date or prior to now was a lot of crap, a lot of doubt, a lot of, not understanding, just a lot of confusion, a lot of people talking down that are now hyped up, a lot of people who won't take accountability for what they did, whether it's Da Vinci J's and Carls or BlackRocks, or Jamie Dimons, whatever the case may be. And now we're in a position where life-changing happens. Life-changing happens. And I believe between now and 2030, guys, you're talking about 4 years and a month. 4 years and a month. Nothing will look the same. Nothing will look the same. 4 years ago, we were in a damn lawsuit. 4 years ago, some of these assets were stuck. 4 years from now, I don't even think it's going to be that long, honestly. I think a year from now, 2 years from now, people are going to be crazy priced out. You won't even be able to get some of these assets for close to these prices. And I've been around this thing long enough to understand this is not hype. And this is we're entering utility. We're entering real world use cases. That's what's happening. Okay. Now this is crazy, guys. I saw this. Now remember, I used to own. Okay, I don't know if this is real or not, but I used to own, and Mike used to own, car lots in California. It says 180-month auto loans are now being offered in the U.S. in an attempt to lower monthly payments. I don't know. Now, this says, no, it's not. I don't know if that's true or not, but that has to be the dumbest thing in the world because you're talking about financing for 15 years for a damn car. That's crazy. I can't even, look, I wouldn't even think that's real, right? That'd be because if you understand how they add points and on the back end of these loans and everything, they would be, I mean, you might buy a car for 30 grand and in 15 years being paid over $100,000 for that car. That's hell no. There's no way something like that's going to happen. Anthony the Man, the Myth, the Wanners in the house. He said, true that, Lloyd. What did Lloyd talk about? My man Lloyd says, they still look at me like I'm crazy because I don't have the riches. They won't listen. If I was a billionaire, they would jump. No, yeah, you know what? I know I'm going to go a little over on this, but X Lloyd, that's what it's always about because people typically judge you. Man, I'm having terrible issues with my internet today. Oh, shouts out Warby Free. Sorry about that, sis. Here's the thing that you have people say so many things. Fake it till you make it. Da 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 da. A lot of times, what happens is, and me and John have gone through this back in the day. XRP keys in the house. Cars won't be expensive anymore. Yeah, I agree with that, bro. Me and John, who are here, and others who been around each other for a while. A lot of times, people don't listen to you because they feel like you haven't done it yet. So a lot of times when you get excited about something, like, oh my God, and you're like, well, what have you made? Where are you at? And that's just the way people are, right? They won't believe it until you're in that new home, or you're driving that new car, or you got commas in your bank account, or they see that you're not working, or they see that you whatever the case may be. It's so funny. I would tell people about crypto, guys. When I left California 5 years ago, me and my wife took off from California, and our kids were raised, and we just took off Hawaii, Vegas, Sonoma County, back here to Vegas because of crypto. And it's crazy because some of those people would call me years later and didn't even know I left California, right? That's how, So sometimes people they're not going to listen to you. They're not going to hear what you have to say until they realize, oh my God, right? And that's just what it is. It happened. I could tell you guys so many effing stories. I could tell you so many stories about people recognizing after it's happened when you told them. And you're like, man, you should look at this at 20 cents. Oh, well, yeah. You should look at it you should look at it at 40, 50 cents. And then they call you back and go, man, is it good to buy this now at $3? Like, what? Like, there's no house that you could have bought at that time, or real estate or anything at that time, that would have put you in a position with some of these assets in this, in the time that I told you till now. Just even look a year ago. Just look a year ago. You go out and buy a house for $100,000 to try to flip it for 25, 30,000 That same $100,000 in an asset like XRP, just when it went to 350, what is that, a 5x, 6x? Real estate can do that. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big believer in real estate. Big believer in real estate. Okay. Canary Funds has filed its 8-A. This is the final step before it goes effective at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Wednesday. Once the Nasdaq certifies the listing, when that happens, the last hurdle is cleared, and the XRP ETF spot ETF will be set to launch Thursday at market open. So, I don't know if she's talking this Thursday. I've heard this week. I've heard next week. So, I don't think it really matters. When it happens, it happens. But shouts out to Ellen Terrett for that one. Stay patient and trust your journey. I do agree with that. There'll be so many XRPillionaires. And look, guys, that's the title of this thing. But I just think there's going to be a lot of people make millions in a lot of things. It's not just going to be XRP. I want to make that very clear. Do I think the same opportunity for Bitcoin is here today as it was yesterday? Honestly, no. And but remember, I'm not a financial advisor. There's a lot of great projects. There's your XLMs, your XDCs, your algos, your HBARs. There's people who are really super, super, super bullish about the ZBEX and all these different things. There's always coins like, I'm trying to watch how I say this. There's always coins that just everybody's hyped in. I've seen them, and you don't hear nothing from them now. Nothing from them now. There was always 4 or 5. Every time there's some kind of bullish narrative, there's always like 4 or 5 financial coins that come out, and there's like, and again, I think there's some great buys out there. I think XCNs, was it ZBEC, SHX. There's a lot of stuff out there with phenomenal potential. So, and I got a little something in all those things. But that's why I do the 70-20-10. That's why I do the 70-20-10 dollar cost average in the assets that have. There's some assets that are going to pop a lot faster than others. There's some assets that are going to really, because you got to understand, a lot of these big players, a lot of these big institutions, when these guys are throwing these names out, we're doing this, and because they're connected to this, they're saying they're going to do this. These financial institutions aren't putting their money in on startups or things that have been around for a couple, 2, 3 years. Nah, man, no, not happening, not happening. Because so a lot of those same assets that I saw back in the day that were fire, top 50, gone, top 100, gone. So. I'm just saying, be smart in what you do. There's a lot of great opportunities out there, though. I will, and I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not going to get into that. But if you guys go to our Crypto for Life channel, you'll see that there's a time we were actually sharing a coin a day. We have some of the biggest names, but you got to look at the market and see where the bullish narrative is at. And I think sometimes people, I'm gonna just move on. Sometimes you can be a little too real. I'm gonna shut up and move on. God bless America and all our veterans. Thank you for your service. Shouts out. We salute you. Amen. Big bro's in the house. Big bro. Hey, DCA. Hey, that's it. Dollar cost average. That's what it's all about. Dollar cost average. And have diversify. Don't be all in on one thing. I know some people don't be all in on nothing. But it's like a fine line. Pick. Someone's asked me this many a times. What's up, Uncle Bub? Uncle Bubba, good to see you, my friend. Big bro 10 in the house. I think you want to, so real you can feel it. Thank you, X-Lord. Much love to you, my brother. Much love to you, man. One of the realest in the game. Thank you, brother. I think at the end of the day, you want to make sure you're diversified. But I always say, and I'm talking from a person who did, like when I talk about the 5 steps of success and having a plan, I didn't have a plan in the beginning. When I talk about not chasing shiny things, I chase shiny things. When I talk about not trading yourself in and out of assets and missing the big opportunity, I did that. I've admitted it many times on this show. The reason I'm so passionate and the reason I'm so strong about the things that I talk about, the 70-20-10 dollar cost average, the 25-25-50 taking profit, the 5 steps to success, have a strategic plan, do your research, control your emotions, take profit, identify your right, because I was full of emotions. It wasn't an easy entry for me. My first initial investment, I lost it. And then I got good, and then I got smart, and then I was like, and I started learning, I started implementing these things that I learned. No one told me this. I didn't have no channel that talked about this. Everybody, for the most part, were just shillers back then. There's some really good people now, but back then it was just a lot of damn shillers. And once I implemented these things, it changed everything for me and my wife. It changed our lives. It changed. So I don't talk like I have no idea. I talk because I went through this crap. Right? Sometimes you learn, you learn it, but you have to go through those things in order to know, what not to do. I've sent crypto to the wrong address. I'm talking about all this, man. All this, right? Yeah, anyways. All right, let's move on. Shouts out to World Be Free. Shouts out to Mambo Land. Yeah, I don't talk to my family. He says, I'm with you. I don't talk to my family about it anymore. The last one was my mom, and it was so she could be my alibi that I did advise the family. She gave me her blessing. Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. Mom's always got your back. I remember, oh, man, I love my mom. I remember my mom bet on me when I came up, one of my first deals with the car, and I remember I said, Mom, I got this car, man. It's like a little Volkswagen Bug, and I wanted to get it, and I wanted to get it and flip it, and I had an opportunity to get it for like real cheap, like $600 or whatever the hell it was. And my mom gave me part of her rent and said, go ahead, son. I believe you. I mean, moms, oh man, love my mom. Yeah, moms are the greatest, right? One of God's greatest creations ever is a mother. Amen to that. Facts. Because I originally created separate exited wallets for them under different user profiles, working on created exam wallets. Put in phrase. Okay, she must be answering somebody there. How do you separate? Okay, World Be Free was talking to Tiff. Shouts out to my sister-in-law, Erica Garcia. Super late, but I came to say hello. Shouts out to Erica Garcia, the Garcia family. Shouts out to my nephew, Laz, and Paul, my brother-in-law. Shouts out to the Garcias. Much love, sis. XRP keys. Yes, sir. Okay, let's keep it going. Okay, XRP can settle trillions in money seamlessly. I like that. Black Swan Capitalist puts this out and says each XRP is divisible into 1 million drops. So if you guys don't know, like Bitcoin is 100 million Satoshis for one Bitcoin. XRP is 1 million drops for every XRP. This allows value to move with microscopic precision. This means XRP can settle trillions in liquidity seamlessly, from microtransactions to institutional flows, all on the same ledger. That's not volatility, that's scalability. Every XRP in your wallet secures your place in the financial system tomorrow. Damn, that's bullish as hell. Rasan got me all feeling bullish again. I always feel bullish. All right, let's keep it going. Sustain Research says Ripple will soon become a bank, and there will be people on this app trying to tell you it's not bullish for XRP. Facts. Insta block these people. I love that. That's dope. Yeah, Ripple will soon become a bank, and there will be people on the app trying to tell you it's not bullish for XRP. That's a fact. And what did Brad Garlinghouse say just like a week or so ago? Everything we do, Ripple is at the center of everything we do. Like you can't, that's what cracks me up when you sit up there and people listen to some guy who got lucky. Guy gets lucky in Bitcoin, position themselves well. It's going to zero. No, zero, Da Vinci? Below zero, Carl. And then you got Jack Mahlers and these other people who are Bitcoin maxers. Even one guy that came out and says, you hold XRP, you're retarded. You guys remember that? About a month ago or so? Something like that, a month or so ago? People in XRP are retarded. That's literally what he said. But then you got Brad Garlinghouse. Matter of fact, you got Trump and Brad Garlinghouse tied at the hip. You got announcements of XRP being part of the strategic reserve. You got all these big acquisitions. You got Brad Garlinghouse saying 14% of SWIFT in 5 years, which is coming up in like 4 years and some change. You got Brad Garlinghouse that says XRP is at the center of everything Ripple does. But you want to listen to Dumbo and people like that? Stop it. Fuma Boy's in the house. That's my brother. Good Lord. Let's keep it going. XRP price saw a nice rise, but can it hold? Markets XRP profit realization surged 240%, signaling heavy profit taking as traders lock in recent gains. That's going to happen, guys. They're always trying to take your money. That's what they're doing. People out there snatching profits. It's okay. Wasted time is worse than wasted money. I agree with that. Shouts out to this guy here. Skipper shared this. It says, why the XRP ETF is a big deal. This guy's been coming up here on YouTube lately. Let's check it out. Shouts out to Fuma Boys in the house. In seconds, you're down straight, World Be Free. Big Bro 10 knows.
This is why the XRP ETF is such a big deal.
Why?
Because here's how this plays out. The moment the SEC approves an XRP ETF,
Yep.
everything changes.
Come on.
Wall Street gets a green light to allocate.
Yep.
And if you think they're going to miss a chance to buy an asset built for global finance under $10, think again.
They're not.
That ETF demand will absorb supply at an insane pace.
BlackRock.
And unlike Bitcoin, XRP supply is actually shrinking through every transaction via the burn mechanism.
Haters love us.
XRP is designed to get more valuable with use.
You're damn straight.
Now couple that with Ripple's RLUSD pushing more volume through the XRPL, and XRP's value engine becomes exponential. Think of it like this.
Come on.
RLUSD adoption, volume,
Volume.
bridging,
Bridging.
XRP burns,
Damn.
lower supply,
Come on.
lower supply,
Yep.
plus ETF demand,
Say it.
explosive price action,
I'm with you.
and yes, we're seeing it in real time.
Good Lord, we about to be rich. Jay Henry in the house. Crypto for Life, Chicago Core family. Greatest family on planet Earth. EARF.
This one,
Come on.
does it like it is. Got them switching gears, no Ferrari with the tents. On some bullet shit, stop crying, start buying, getting bags. I ain't lying. Money multiplying, call it rocket science. I'm so tired of this crypto control. You already know, basing let money go. Swimming in the dough as you see gets exposed. Tomorrow's the day we gon' blow. I'll be better off when you selling at a loss, not caring what it costs. I'm buying when it drop, waiting for the flip flop to the tip top. While you watching TikToks on my new wristwatch. Hit that Vegas crypto meetup. Hello, nice to meet ya. Shout with DAI like we do it all the time. Did a show with Lady E in the bag, man, the next night. A moon party, so you know we had to take flight. Come on. So many years and it's still no cheers.
What?
If you're selling, then I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moving?
Come on.
It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, got 'em choosing. Which one? Bag it up. This one, bag it up.
Now, Melissa, you said something very, very, very interesting here. World Be Free from BTHO show comes on tomorrow, mañana, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Always show love for my familia. Okay, so Melissa says, I was chatting with Grok the other day and asking if it did grab 14%, which means XRP grabbed 14% of Swift, and it said it would be worth $1,063 per XRP. Now, I want you guys to understand something. This is the same thing that Brad said, which is 14% of Swift. This also works very close to the price prediction on a very conservative level that Dom and Phil Kwok from EZA app said by 2030, XRP at the minimum should be $1,000. It all lines up. Brad comes out some months ago and says 14% of Swift in 5 years. 5 years puts it at about 2030 and a half, somewhere in 2030. That's very. See how everything lines up. And there's so many people who said and gave the same type of evaluations and quotes. Now, some of them are way more bullish. Some people like Jake Claver say, hey, it could happen early 2026 if certain things line up. I do believe that Jake knows what he's talking about. Jake is in the big boy rooms. He's part of all the big conversations, him and Max Avery. You go back to Shannon Thorpe's evaluation that if certain things played out that she had thought it would play out, it was $300 to $500 in a certain amount of time. And we know that story. If you guys don't know, Shannon Thorpe came on my show. She worked for Wells Fargo. She lost her job after making that statement on X. Really good friend of ours, like a sis to me, to those like World Be Free. We're all like family, brothers and sisters up in here. We were doing ladies' night. We had a lot of these people on my show. Some of the biggest names in this space, which is, we're all connected at the hip. A lot of us that was in that documentary. You can see Max Avery, you can see Jake Claver, you can see Linda P. Jones, you can see all the biggest names in crypto. They all the most brilliant. Sean McBride, formerly with Google, Amazon, and Ripple's been on the show. Meta Lawman, Fred Raposley, crypto attorney. Did y'all miss Dumbass Gary? Anybody see Dumbass Gary on my show? The only YouTube show with Dumbass Gary Gensler. Live. He was right here. You damn straight. But guys, make sure you guys go check it out. We got some phenomenal content. Let's get back to it. Let's finish off what this gentleman had to say. Why XRP will hit 1,000.
$500 million in RLUSD in 6 months. 604% growth. Second fastest growing stablecoin globally. And Ripple's just getting started. Now here's the part few are talking about. Ripple didn't even need to build RLUSD. They were already solving cross-border payments using other stablecoins and XRP.
Now, I want to say something. You know what shocked the hell out of me? Like maybe It was like a week ago. Brad Garlinghouse was on, whose show was that? I don't know if anybody remembers this, and if you do, you can send me the link on my somebody's DM. Let me see. What do you say? I don't know what the hell he's talking about with that. Okay. Anyways, but there was an interview that Brad Garlinghouse did, in which he said there was a time where they were accountable for 20% of USDC's volume. 20% of USDC's volume. I was like, damn, 20% of all the volume from USDC? Sheesh. And so it makes sense why they started RLUSD, their own stable.
But they realized something powerful. Owning the stablecoin layer means controlling the velocity of volume across the entire ledger.
Right.
And volume harks power.
Right.
Because if you're moving billions of dollars across a decentralized ledger, you decide the rules of engagement. Mm-hmm. You can optimize the flow, you can maximize efficiency, you can extract the most value, and deliver it to XRP holders through reduced supply and increased relevance. Mm-hmm. That's the game Ripple is playing. They're not just building a coin, they're rebuilding financial plumbing for the 21st century. And once that becomes obvious to Wall Street, to regulators, to everyday investors, the floodgates open.
It already has. Trust me, it already has. Don't get shocked when life starts getting really good. Do you realize that you deserve it? Huh? Shouts out to Drummond Chew 22. Huh? Hello, crypto family. Appreciate you, my brother from another mother. Good to see you. World Be Free that says that doesn't count all the other things that are coming into fruition with the M&As, they spoke about, yeah, as well. Come on now, sis. You already know. It's about to get crazy. It's about to get cray-cray. Shouts out to, Jay Henry with the virtual hug. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's not super chats, it's virtual hug. Shout out to my church brother, Andrew Glennon. First time watch the channel. Please show some love. Shouts out to Andrew in the house, being referred over by the man, the myth, the legend, my man, Pots and Pans, Jay Henry. Good to see you, my brother. Shouts out to Andrew. Welcome to the family, my brother. Okay, here we go. It says the U.S. Treasury and IRS just issued a new guidance for crypto ETFs to stake and share rewards with investors. That's big news. A grateful heart sees abundance everywhere. Amen to that. Nothing transforms your life faster than a decision followed by consistent effort. Huh? Come on now. Speaking bars here. The most powerful manifestation tool is gratitude. Be thankful for what you have right now. Amen, amen, amen. And the universe will respond by giving you more to be grateful for. Come on now. Woo, man, bars. Okay, Black Swan Capitalist again. Shouts out to my man Versan. He says, at Ripple, cornered both the traditional financial system and the emerging digital economy. By doing so, they position XRP to consolidate global liquidity into its own ecosystem. And because XRP operates in drops, drop, 1 million in each XRP, it enables fractionalized settlement at scale. Whew. Crazy. Know what you hold. Let's move on. XRP outperforming Bitcoin by over 4x and ETH by over 8x. That was it yesterday? That was yesterday. So when XRP had that little bit of a boom, it 4x over Bitcoin and 8x over ETH. Gotta love it. CNBC puts this out. Ripple Labs is conquering crypto. Wow. Who says that? Damn. Now the XRP link firm wants to take on traditional finance. Let's look it up. Let's check it out. Ripple Labs has become one of the world's largest crypto companies. But executives aren't stopping there. CEO Brad Garlinghouse told CNBC. Over the past year, the firm has ramped up efforts to bridge the Web3 world and industry, and an industry that has long been viewed as its foil, traditional finance. In an interview with CNBC's Crypto World at Ripple Swell's 2025 conference in New York, Garlinghouse said his firm aims to offer a wide range of traditional financial services built on blockchain infrastructure, capitalizing and growing institutional adoption of digital assets. A blockchain is a decentralized digital ledger that logs transactions across a network of computers. I want to see Ripple invest in the future and get ahead of where the markets are going, Brad Garlinghouse said. Tuesday, the assets we have been buying have been on the traditional finance side and can bring crypto-enabled solutions to that traditional financial world, aiming at financial focus. So if you guys want more information on this, make sure you guys go check out the link. and story by CNBC in regards to Ripple and Brett Garlinghouse. Gotta love it. Careful. Even salt looks like sugar. You damn straight. Be careful you listen to out there, guys. Bitcoin to 3x if history repeats as shutdown ends. After the last U.S. shutdown ended in January 2019, Bitcoin surged 290% in 6 months. My goodness. What do you think the rest of the world's going to do? Thank you, how you say it? Drumanucci? Is that how you say it? 22? Ivan Hernandez in the house. Crazy idea to have for a token. XRP keys. Focusing on yourself is so peaceful. Facts. CoinMarketCap says XRP rallied 12% to $2.56 as 11 ETFs from 21 shares, Bitwise Pro shares, and others appeared on the DTCC website, with analysts predicting the first spot XRP ETF could launch this week. We'll see how that plays out. Success silences everything. Facts on facts on facts. They'll say you were lucky, but guess what? We all know better, huh? You put in the time, you put in the work, you did your own research, huh? Don't get mad, chase success, do better. Facts. Shouts out, and this is why I chose Caleb and Brown. This has got my story right here. If you guys are interested in Caleb and Brown, have an institutional custody for free, along with your own personal broker. Check it out. Caleb and Brown. Link is right there. Okay, Dom, good day to pay close attention to relative strength on your portfolio. What's this? Tickers that are outperforming today are likely to be future leaders in your portfolio. Facts. I like that. The tickers or the assets that are outperforming today are likely to be the future leaders in your portfolio. Facts. Facts on facts. Where's this one thing says? Yeah. I agree with this. Not all coins are going to be, and that's how you can tell, guys. Some of these assets you can see have been doing well with the markets, and as things are being announced and things are being implemented in place, and some of these assets you look and you're like, what in God's name? Because that's where they get people, right? A lot of people thought some of these assets were going to go back to. I mean, there's some assets, guys, that it's just crazy that they're not even close to where they were at the last bull run. And that's why I feel like we haven't gotten into altcoin season, where you see some assets that have moved very well, like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like Solana, like XRP, like BNB. There's some there's some assets that have moved, right? And there's some assets that haven't done nothing up to this point. Not saying that they won't, but a lot of them won't overall. XRP is in a class of its own. CEO Stephen McClurg at Canary Capital on XRP ETF. Now, this is one I want to show you guys. We're already over an hour and 30 minutes damn near. But this is one where Paul asked him, how do you think XRP ETFs will do compared to Solana? Listen what he has to say.
When you look at the flow that we've seen with Solana, the BSOL, Bitwise did a great job getting that one out on the ground. And absolutely crazy numbers. One of the best performing ETFs that we've seen so far, especially in digital assets. How do you think these XRP ETFs will perform against that?
Yeah, I actually think that XRP will probably double what Solana did in its first week and even today.
John, what did you have to say? And you guys, look, I was a little bit taken back because I looked at my sister. Shouts out to Melissa555, my sister, one of our greatest supporters. If y'all don't know, and Melissa just kind of triggered something. So first of all, thank you, sis, for your virtual hug. A virtual hug back to you and your husband, who is my newfound buddy, who I got to meet at XRP Las Vegas Meetup 2025. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys. XRP Las Vegas Meetup 2026. My God. That's all I got to say. A lot of you guys who were at, and again, shouts out to Melissa. Thank you so much for the virtual hug. Says you are amazing. Make sure you guys check her out. Greatest family on planet Earth, EARF. Who is that? Crypto for Life. Who is that? Chicago Coin Family. Who is that? BTHO. The greatest families on planet Earth, EARF. Shouts out to Melissa. She'll be live tomorrow. Do not miss it. Do not miss it. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go over and check out my sister, Melissa BTHO. Now, Now, here's what I'll say. Sorry, scam call. Now, here's what I'll say. She kind of triggered something because Melissa is one of those people who has her own show, And like Abs, actually, I can't compare anybody to Melissa, but like Abs from Good Morning Crypto, Good Evening Crypto, Abs is one of our biggest supporters. He actually went on his show and said on Good Morning Crypto, he goes, my favorite YouTube channel is Crypto for Life. That was amazing. Thank you, brother. Much love to you, Johnny Crypto, Coach JV, Mario, Gonzo. Those are my boys, especially Abs and Johnny Crypto. Those are my dogs. And so what I'll tell you is the point I was trying to get at. Melissa received 2 awards because even though she has her own show, her own community, we're all part of the same family. I talk about her damn near every show, right? Simon, nothing but love for those guys. Their hearts are in the right place. But she was awarded 2 awards at our XRP Las Vegas event. Everything that we made from that event went back into the community. We gave away awards, T-shirts, giveaways, this, that, everything. I mean, it was just amazing. Great food, great this, great that, and put a lot of work and effort into it. What we're doing next year, I don't want to say too much because I brought on some partners. And one of the guys, this is what I'll tell you, one of the guys throws the biggest events that he throws in the world. In the world. That's all I can say. And it's all over the internet. And I'm not at liberty to talk about it. If he wants me to talk about it, I will. But both of these guys that I partner with are extremely successful. They approach me. I've known them forever. And so I'm going to tell you that next year will be, and I'm trying to come up with a reasonable times, 100 times better than it was this year. 100 times better than it was this year. So whatever you guys, and we had a lot of people that were Jake Clavers, Molly Elmore, Linda P. Jones, Stephen Narrowiff, so many people that were there who sent me even John Deaton said, Jay, I'll be there next year. John Deaton had something he had to do. Armando Pantoya, Eleanor Terrett says she'll be there next year. What we're doing next year is 100 times bigger than we did this year. And that's all I'm going to say. So secrets out. So that's all I got to say, guys. We are working. I got 2 of the great, they always say, put yourself around people who are better than you in certain things. And that's what I love about my guys, my 5 that I talk about when it's me, John, Mike O, TR, and guys like that. Some of these guys are better than I am in certain areas, and I'm better than them in certain, and that's what makes us all as tight as we are. And, I always say that that's what makes me and my wife so incredible. She's everything I'm not, and I'm everything she's not. And that's why we work, right? And so that's how my tight circle is these guys are everything I'm not, I'm everything they're not. And we have a lot of similarities, but we make each other better. So next year, I'm excited about what's getting ready to happen. And these guys are just pouring fuel on the fire of what I started. And so I'm really, really excited about that. That's all I got to say about that. Huh? Yeah, that's all I got. Your awards, yeah, Melissa deserved every bit of it. She's didn't just show up to get an award. Showed up and showed out and continues every stinking day. And that's why that's how you can recognize the real ones, man. They don't miss. And if they do, they're reaching. But they're always I'm not saying I make every. Nobody makes every single whatever, but you can tell the authenticity of who she is and her husband. Shouts out to Melissa. Shouts out World Be Free. All right, let's keep it going.
As far as volume,
shouts out to TR,
and as far as total AUM,
shouts out to John Singh. I got too many damn shouts out. Let's move on.
The flow that we've seen.
I actually think that XRP will probably double what Solana did in its first week and even today. As far
double, my gosh, Solana, that Solana had a very successful ETF launch. Double.
As far as volume and as far as total AUM, if you just even look at the market caps of the 2 tokens, XRP is about 50% higher than Solana.
Come on now, speak it, huh? You can't even compare the 2.
Solana. Yeah. But the difference is, and we experienced this with HBAR last week or 2 weeks ago now, the HBAR ETF experienced $70 million in inflows just in the first 3 days. And it's because it's really well known among institutional circles and enterprise investors.
Yeah.
So even though it's not a big retail product, it doesn't have a ton of volume, it's got the right kind of interest. And that's how XRP is. Solana is probably a little bit more of a retail token. XRP is much more of a financial
Institution.
services,
Yeah.
enterprise, institutional token. And when you put that into an ETF,
And there's the difference. A lot of people building this, building that, doing this, doing that on Solana, but XRP is in a different ball game, guys. That financial institution money. That's when people say, look at the market cap. When that money moves in, when those billions and trillions move in, man, oh man, oh man, you're not even prepared. Thus, the whole saying, flip of the switch moment. Flip of the switch moment. You guys, what happened in 17, how it moved up like 17,000, whatever crazy percent, there's a difference. There is a difference.
even though it's only 50% more market cap, it'll probably be 100% or 200% more inflows because of the institutional
Wow.
audience.
Woo! Did he just say what I said? Did he just say what I just said? Because of the incident, hundreds of, come on now. I'm going to let him say it. CEO of Canary Capital. Come on now.
More inflows because of the institutional ETF, even though it's only 50% more market cap, it'll probably be 100% or 200% more inflows because of the institutional
Wow.
audience.
That's the part. This is where we're at. We've been preaching this for years. Institutional adoption. Everybody's been playing the retail game. God bless the retail market. XRP wasn't created. The technology was not created for retail. That's why you hear these things of people saying there may be a time you go to an exchange and you can't get it anymore. It wasn't created for us. But when we see that it moves past Ethereum again, for a lot of people who weren't around during that time, the number 2 asset in the world, it's going to shock retail. But it's going to blow retail's mind when institutional adoption starts being implemented, guys. That there's a difference. There's a difference between my pocket and BlackRock's pocket. There's a difference between Da Vinci J's pocket and Canary Cat. Come on now. Stop it. Let's move on. Okay. FYI, the decoupling has been happening since I first flagged. XRP is up 6% the past month. BTC is down 6% the past month. As I've always said, it's a process, not a one-time event. And I do believe this, guys. I do believe once that institutional adoption happens, the type C, here's what, and I've heard so many people say this, once that institutional money comes in, they're not trading, guys. They're not sitting there trying to trade the tops and bottom. Is Microsoft's, MicroStrategy trading Bitcoin? No. When these institutional investors come in with XRP, it's going to be utilized. It's going, like when these ETFs happen, they have to have so much XRP locked up. They're not trying to trade. They're not going, when XRP gets to $20, I'm selling. When it gets to $100, I'm selling. No. They're using it. It will scale so they can move money lightning fast across. Guys, I'm trying to tell you, when this happens, you're going to see pullbacks in the market when this time happens. And assets, like somebody made a comment here earlier, the prices fall. It's going to detach itself. And people have been saying this forever. It's going to detach itself. Certain assets that are being adopted from a utility perspective will start detaching themselves from Bitcoin and other traditional cryptos because they're moving off of speculation, they're moving off of hype, they're following the leader. But when that institutional money comes in and locks up that XRP, trillions. I don't even know what to say. How about this?
Pull up in a spacecraft and bags on us. Get into them bags so them stacks on us. In a different bracks where they try to tax on us.
What?
Government some lies but them bags blowing up.
What'd you say, Melissa? The elites know, huh? And that wanted to keep it a secret. Yeah, they wanted to keep it a secret. Here, at the end of the day, success leaves clues. I said it forever. When the big money moves, everybody will follow. Some of us, some of y'all, position yourself before it happens. Don't chase the wave, ride the wave.
Spitting 16s, keep them bags stuffed up. Give you more game than your mainstream rap buzz.
What?
Told you get the bag, disconnect from the fuzz.
Stop. Everybody wanted to know what it would have felt like to be in that Bitcoin at $100. What would have felt like to be in Bitcoin at $100? I'm thinking it's probably equivalent to being in the XRP right now at $2. I'm just saying. You gonna miss it again? I'm not.
Your favorite rapper clone and he can't beat trust. Move to a different code so they can't tax us.
What?
Golden passports, rocket ships like Buzz.
Come on.
We light years ahead of the herd. Like they don't want you to get rich but die trying. But that's legit.
Y'all realize that's what it's all about? All this confusion, all this manipulation, Operation Choke Point 2.0, trying to keep the market down, attacking the once number 1, number 2 asset in the entire world. Why did they attack XRP? That is the question. Go watch Rick from the Start by Fortune Productions. They don't want you to get rich but die trying. Facts.
Horse rocket ships like Buzz. We light years ahead of the herd. Like,
What?
they don't want you to get rich but die trying. But I slid you the crypto list, so start buying. And I'll see you at the tip top when we start flying. Upgrade the shit, push a button, autopilot. Party all night, so we just keep flying.
So many years and it's still no cheers. If fear's selling, then I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moving? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing.
Don't you hold?
Going back to go back, got them choosing.
Oh, yeah.
This one, bag it up. Here come the monkeys. This one, let me get
Y'all ain't ready for that, huh? Y'all ain't ready for that. So let's move on. XRP, the only crypto with U.S. regulatory clarity. That is a fact. While others beg for rules, XRP already has the green light. Guys, they're moving at lightning speed right now, like crazy. Remember, XRP is a real digital gold for banks, guys. Make sure you guys read this by my man Sly Fox. I'm sorry, Sly Fox. By Sly Fox here. The hell made me say that? By my man Smoke. Okay. Let's see here. The game will forever change XRP. The question will be, will you benefit from it? Ripple banking charter. This changes the playing field, period. This changes the playing field, period. Shouts out to Abs for that one. Let's get this last word from Zach Rector. What he's got to say. XRP momentum comes back.
We got 6 catalysts that are driving XRP price up, big momentum returning. Let's run through it. And yes, we tried to warn you about the dip leading up to the Ripple Swell Conference and the bullish pivot that would happen as soon as the Swell Conference wrapped up. And look at this price chart back up to $2.57 this morning. But I got 6 catalysts. Let's run through it. The big one that started the rally on Sunday was the stimulus checks, or the talk of stimulus checks going out. Is it going to be a check, a tax credit? We don't care because we're not worried about the government feeding us. We just know what it's going to do to asset prices. Switching over to the Federal Reserve. Quantitative tightening is ending. They're getting ready to go back to quantitative easing while providing additional rate cuts. Yeah. Okay, into XRP fundamentals. We're just going to see a massive amount of inflows coming from the ETFs that are going to be going live this week. So ETFs for XRP live. We're watching for the Clarity Act to pass this year. And then Ripple set to get a bank charter any day now. This is why XRP is running.
This is why XRP. XRP and on IMU TV. Do me a huge personal favor, guys. Support the channel, support all that we do. We don't want anything from you other than just, hey, give us a like, give us a follow, huh? Like, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff. It's Crypto for Life with your boy James, aka 68J. It's at 68J_Crypto for Life. And if you go over to our YouTube page as well, I'm sorry, X page, it's at James_68J. Please be careful, which is my brother and sister, Maya and Chris. It's fruitionproductions.com. Go check out the documentary Rick from the Start. They also got a new one called Money Disrupted Productions. Also, you guys get a chance. We got movies that we've been doing. That's part of my background. This is my 4th movie we're doing. Shouts out to Chicago Coin Family, where we've got our very first, not our very first film, but the very first film that we're kind of tying into some of the things we're going to be doing, even though the movie was produced and is almost done. We're going to be shooting the second half of it. I got a message from the director, Ryan Lamar. It'll be in Regal Cinemas, and they're mentioning Chicago twice in the movie. You guys want to go over to if you find it, keep it. Facts. The U.S. Senate approves a bill to reopen the U.S. government. Now heads to the House for final vote. That's what we're waiting for, guys, right now, the final vote. Water me. I water you. We grow together. You water me. I water you. We grow together. That's what it's all about. Good Lord. You talking to me? Let me stop. People will always show you their true colors unintentionally. Pay close attention. That's a fact. DTCC lists 5 spot XRP ETFs as November launch. Anticipation grows the block. Make sure you guys go check. If you click this, boom, it takes you right into the link. Always trust your instincts. A message from your soul. It's a message from your soul. I agree with that. BlackRock's Robbie Mitchnick interviews causes spike in XRP BTC demand. Let's see what he has to say. Minute 25.
Well, I think my advice is more people coming in.
Ripple exec that says BlackRock is cautious in the crypto market because most coins, let me read this first. Some people still be jumping into memes and stuff like that, but look, you want to play with the big boys, figure out what the big boys are talking about. The former Ripple exec says that BlackRock is cautious in the crypto market because most coins, a long-term perspective, are the most successful. Following the video's release, analysts noted unusual inflows and trading patterns in both Bitcoin and XRP. XRP whales have now reduced selling, easing $650 million in outflows as new XRP ETF announced from last week 1.22 billion XRP, ETF outflows.
Right. There's a reason Bitcoin is still roughly 65% of the market cap of the space, because it has very clear product market fit and investor narrative, and a big addressable market as this digital gold like asset. There's a reason there's consolidation in a lot of the rest and economic utility. One has to be very wary.
Economic utility.
Far down, totally worthless.
Okay. So you need to understand how these big money people are thinking. Hundreds of use cases, hundreds of thousands of crypto assets moving forward that will be useless. You can sit there with hopium, or you can listen to what the big money and the people who move these markets are thinking. One day what am I hearing right now? They're gonna adopt this technology because I say it's gonna happen. Look, guys, I got number love for people in this space. But it's an old dinosaur money. Very, very, and me and John have been mentored by similar people and found inspiration for certain people. Before you buy into what people are saying, before you listen to everything someone's saying, you need to make sure you're willing to buy into their. You're looking at investing in their dreams and lifestyle. I'm not saying I don't listen to different people, but the people I follow, the people that I really embed my attention to, are the people or in positions where I'm trying to get to or I want to go. And if you're looking at somebody who's sitting around here saying, this is not about favoritism, this is not about talking shit, this is your story. I'm just a messenger. I try to keep 26 years have put me on some of the biggest stages and all these things in my life. Let me know if you remember this, John and TR, or anybody who used to watch me on stage, or Noreen, or Sammy. One of the things I always say is, there might be people who can speak better than me. You might hear me speak a little Ebonics, but damn it, I was really good. I became really good at cashing checks and making money. And I'm not trying to put myself, I'm trying to give an example. That's just a follow me or follow this person. No, but just go out there and learn the right information from the people who are in
the table. There's hundreds of thousands of crypto assets out there today. The vast majority of those are or will be totally worthless. And so investors have to be careful around that basis, certainly short-term levered basis.
This brother's dropping bars. I said it before. I was trading, I couldn't sleep. People that you're following and believing in, so much shilling, so much just pump my I don't need anybody to pump my bags. And even things that we have like Chicago, we don't sit there and chill that. That's predicated off the things that we're doing and we're going to do. That's how you can tell when you hear big money saying the things they're saying. Hundreds of thousands of crypto won't make it. But then you're going to sit back. Oh, no, it's going to. Okay. All right. Crypto for Life Chicago Coin Family. I've got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I want the whole damn shit. And if you bring in any further, bust the whole my own research here. Over ledger on a t-shirt. And I just bought Quant with my bad hand. A little Globians and XDC. And a little more XRP. We not playing. So basically we repping for the same set. Cause we was here way before the main net. Who would have thought that crypto tales would come together on a topic that we know so well? Music.
So many years and it's still no cheers. If fear selling and I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the mooning? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, gotta choose. Which one? Bag it up.
They know. Guys, I appreciate you guys that made your way. Let's give some love before you were Brad. You can't trust that. That's bull crap. Okay. Nobody watches you harder than the people who doubted you. Give them a good show. Ooh, I like that. Nobody watches you harder than haters. Facts. Give them a good show. There's so much stuff I probably could still talk about. But We're Gonna Camp is off and running tonight in front of a raucous, that's how you said, crowd. I thought they just ran. He's running again. How long does Senators, is it every 4? Okay, I gotta go. DCA Crypto Data in the house. We got X Lloyd in the house. We got Fishing with Camo Joe, SHKK baby, damn straight. We got Marlene Goodman, 52 in here. Big Bro 10, that's my sis. What's up, sis? World Be Free, that's my sister. Shouts out to my brother out there. Tiffany Serrano, good to see you, sis. TR, got some. We got Henry is in the house. I be butchering people's name. I know I do. First virtual hug is from Jay Henry. Also a virtual hug from my sister, World Be Free. Two of my favorite people in the space. Appreciate y'all in a major way. Who else is in here? Came through in a big way for XRP Las Vegas meet. I appreciate you, my brother. My brother, 68J. Shouts out to Jay Henry. Fuma Boys and I got to go on Fuma's show. Fuma, let me know when y'all got a show coming up again. I'm going to jump in there with y'all. We got Erica Garcia in the house. Got to support my family. Huh? Y'all got another space, y'all let me know. I got to get out of here because my dog looking at me like, brother, come on. Really? You still talking? Uncle Bubba's in the house. Good to see Uncle Bubba. My dog's like, come on, man. Anthony in the house. Appreciate you, Chris. Shouts out to Chris. He got that crypto issues, loading up those bags. Huh? John Cruz in the house. Shouts out to Cruz Singh, man. That's my man, Pots and Pans. 40 years and running. My beautiful queen, huh? My baby, my better half, huh? My dream, also my drug dealer. She got me on coffee. Y'all pray for me. Let me stop. All right, let's move on. Anybody else? We got Dusty in the house, huh? How it just dumped even. Yeah, it's okay. ANTH, is that how you say it? ANTH.44. Choco Bartel's in the house. Choco Bartel's in the house. Hey, below zero, girl. Or whatever it was, something like that. All right, guys, who else up in here? I need to work on my voice impressions. XRP Hustle Hard's in the house. Appreciate you, my brother. Noreen Taylor, Chicken 415. Anybody else that I missed, my apologies. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you guys for being the greatest family on planet Earth. Enjoy your day. We'll see you guys mañana. 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then later on that day, you'll see greatest family on planet Earth, EARF.